Number 13. Odd one stands out. This is in quotes, right? Odd one stands out. Odd. Something odd. Stands out. This concept is a very important principle of the mind. Odd one stands out is a very important principle of the mind. Much of the time, your mind focuses on things that stand out, be it color, size, sound, etc. The one who controls the oddities can capture your mind, and therefore capture you. You know? You have to be aware of this. This is very powerful stuff. As you know, something that's odd stands out, grabs your attention. Now suddenly, whatever you were doing, thinking, wherever you were going, you've stopped all that. You're focusing on the subject at hand, the oddity. The one who controls the oddity controls you because he's grabbed your attention of the mind, and now they have potential to control you. That's why some people, like when some couples, when they go to couples, even this happens to couples as well. When they go to a gas station, they pull up. They have the kids in the back. They bring them out or whatever it is. They buy whatever they need to do. They get in the car. They pump the gas, and they go. And they have left the kids behind. Accidentally, they forgot their kids. How could they forget their kids? Now, if this can happen accidentally, because the person is engaged in, oh, let me pump the gas. How much is the gas? Are we going to get some snacks? Come on, kids, let's go. What do you want to get? This, that, and snacks. Pay for it. Make sure I got the right amount of change. I'll get in the car. We don't want to be late. Da-da-da. We'll pump gas. The gas tank is out. Yeah, okay, very good. Gonna go. Very good. Have cars, no cars in the way. See, all these things are engaging the mind, and each one of them is a very limited perspective. It's not the whole perspective. It's, the gas, the this, the that. You have to be focused, and, it's a flammable liquid, So many things like this. Car driving, all these things, now the person's reality is altered. Going from this limited perspective, food, gas, driving, time, change. Did I get my change right? How much am I giving him? Everything's right. Did I take the gas tank out? Oh, so many things involved. And then the kid is lost in this reality. The potential is great. This happens in shopping places as well. Parents go and leave the kids in the shopping area, forgetting about them, and they drive home and they go, "Oh my God, I lost my kid." And go back. So, yes, it seems like a simple thing. Odd things stand out. Yeah, but here when you go to the technical details of it, you go, whoa, this is big time stuff. Which is capturing the attention of the mind. Now the attention is diverted. One now focused on this. Now the person can manipulate the person, feed them misinformation, whatever. Because they've captured their attention. This is the explanation. To get someone's attention, you might choose to write, "I want to talk to you." This is the principle of the odd one stands out. Your mind, much of the time, focuses on things that stand out, be it color, size, sound, etc. Many present a way of life as fun, meaning enjoyable or pleasurable. They overemphasize the fun and de-emphasize the disadvantages of that way of life. You might believe their vision of reality, which they painted for you. And you might start trying to live out what they have outlined for you. What to wear, what to eat, where to go to eat, who to meet, how to meet them, how to have fun, where to have fun, how often to have fun, etc. You often see this in like a dormitory in a movie, how the dormitory is displayed, how kids are interacting, and how what to have fun is ought to be like, or you're not, drinking and this and that, and so many things, being crazy. Like something as crazy, I tell you this. You see these big, what do you call those things? Clubs you go to, and they're just jam-packed with people, and they're supposedly dancing, right? Now, they're jam-packed. A lot of them are just jam-packed. Hardly any space to move, Really, just hardly any space to move, Now, is that really enjoyable? Or is it just a pretense? I think it's the pretense there. Oh, come on. You go to this place and you can't really dance. You're packed in there. You can't really dance. You're just pretending to have a good time. You're pretending. What's so fun about it? Jam-packed. You can't even dance. You can't dance. It's a dance place. You can't dance. And you got no space to dance. Talk about space. You want to talk to your partner, your friend that you went out with, you can't. You can hardly hear what they're saying. You can't. Ridiculous. So it's like they're presenting a way of life, a way of being, an activity, and they're showing you where to have it, how to do it, how often to do it. This is the way to do it, and they're pretending that it's really enjoyable. No, let's be serious and be serious. If you want to really have good fun, why don't you have good fun? Something that you really enjoy, rather than be jam-packed with a whole bunch of people that are complete strangers. Jam-packed, and violence breaks out. Crazy stuff. Violence breaks out. Crazy. Anyway. Okay, so yeah. All this, they are showing you, in essence, teaching you by example, and hoping you follow. Here, you were thinking that you were a real live person, possibly a rebel, when in fact you were just making yourself a carbon copy of what they presented. I mean, you often see the rebel type, right? I'm a rebel. I'm gonna wear a leather jacket, and I'm gonna talk like this, comb my hair this way, and talk like this, and behave like this, and blah blah blah. Is that being real? Is that it's like they've outlined for you how to be a rebel. This is the way to be a rebel. You have to dress this way. This is a rebel. This is what a rebel looks like. That's just conformity again. Now, some people who actually decide on their own, how are they going to dress like? On their own. Hey, now, that's good. That's supposed to be being spontaneous, being real with themselves. I like this. I want to wear this, I want to make my own things. Way of dressing and being. Okay, so, I am speaking of myself also. I noticed that I admired some characters. Therefore, I lived like them. Certain characteristics of my own matched them. However, there were parts of me which seemed contradictory to them. I felt incorrect and hypocritical if I integrated those parts of me which did not coincide and which seemed contradictory with the personality type which was presented, or that I had heard about in life. Then I realized that many people in general just follow a mold or a preset pattern of being. You name it, in all professions and many personality types. So here's an example of... oh yeah, okay. I actually give the example here. Example G, dismissing mismatching stereotypes. Okay, so you might like to be a very spiritual person. Therefore, you see how priests are. Priests. And how they live, and you do as they do. However, you might dismiss or ignore parts of your own personality which is also part of you, and you try to live the supposedly correct priest's way of life, or to live similar to how a sports player would supposedly live their life, or whatever else, and you're ignoring parts of you, which is great. You gotta live like yourself. Don't ignore parts of you. Bring it out. Put it in. It's really, really great. You often see a person who's spiritual, who truly is spiritual, and they're not fake. They laugh, they joke around, have fun, genuine. They're at ease with themselves and with you. Like you could look at the Dalai Lama. When the Dalai Lama is interacting with somebody, like for example, he was with Russell Brand. I remember a video of them on YouTube, and he's joking with Russell Brand back and forth. He's good, very relaxed. So being a spiritual person doesn't mean you have to be uptight, There's no have to. There's no should, Same with sports. Like maybe you're into sports and you feel like you have to behave a certain way because you're into sports. So you ignore parts of your personality. You may ignore parts of your personality, and that's a wrong thing to do. Bring out the parts of your personality which are positive, and be it. Some people might say, "Oh, this guy, he's a sports guy, but he's talking like this about that and whatever." Right? Like you could be talking quite intellectually about whatever subject area, and the people are puzzled. How come this guy, he's into sports, but he's talking about intellectual stuff? How come? What is there, a mold? We get often our impressions of reality, of people, from television, and television, as you know. They have to write these scripts about what people are like. And a script of a person cannot possibly match a real person. A real person is very complex. For a person to write a script that is as complex as a human being, it's almost impossible. It will take a lifetime for this person to do so. He has not experienced all the things that. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's like, here's a person. You have lived from childhood, growing up, going through all these experiences that has allowed you to form your personality, and your thoughts and all these things and emotions and so many things. And a script writer could possibly match that? I don't think so. Hey, maybe somebody's brilliant. Good. Through personal experience, they might, put some stuff in there to make the television experience enjoyable and somewhat believable. But believe you me, a person is very complex, got a lot of stuff going on. And if this person starts to take their idea of reality from a scripted TV series or movies, scripted movies, these are all scripts written down with some brief ideas. Oh, this guy's like this, like that, like that. You're limiting your complexities. You want to live real, Yeah, live real. Come out and shine, Show the world what reality is like. Yeah. Okay, so the core thought. Put here core thought. You are a unique individual. Hey, how about that? I was talking about it anyway. There are no set standards. Your personality and your true self is composed of combinations of various likes, dislikes, and ways of being that might not have any match anywhere in existence. How about that? Therefore, live it out. Do not feel that you are untrue and hypocritical to yourself or untrue to the public simply because a category of a person like you does not appear in the public opinions list. Keep your eyes and mind focused and aware. Look sharply at your own behaviors. It is important to figure out how you arrived at and acquired your various behaviors. Because many of the behaviors that you possess might have been parts of unwanted outside conditioning instead of coming from you. So, yeah, you have various parts of yourself, and I specifically mentioned live out your positive parts, what you consider to be your behavior. Positive parts. Negative parts, notice them and say, try to figure out how to solve them, you know. Don't be negative. Don't bring out your negative part, your bad side, or whatever you want to say it. It's not you, of course. It's just, coming from ignorance. But don't live out parts of your personality, which is negative. It's not helpful. Now, you can acknowledge them. Hey, I'm feeling negative about this. Okay, good. Then, when you have the time to take the time to really look into it and figure out why you feel this way and what's this problem, negativity rising from, really understand it. Then you could figure out the solution to it. Okay. Very good.